Um, so my first time in some pussy, right? No flags, no alarms. All right, cool. My first time in some pussy, right? It was college, right? Before we went to college, we all, the freshman class, the class that I was in, it was UK, damn, 2018 is what we were going about. UK 18 or something. I went in at 2014, yeah, 2018. Okay, so there was this hashtag on Twitter and Instagram that we all would follow so that we could all get acquainted before we all, like, ventured off to bigger and better things. So I've met quite a few people that I'm somewhat still in contact with today that were on this hashtag and conversing with other people and whatnot. So I was just I was just friends with a lot of people. People knew who I was. People just knew my name and whatnot based off of Vine. People knew me from Vine. They just didn't say directly from Vine that's what I was from. It was like people knew me from Vine. Anyway, yeah, that benefited a lot, to be honest. Anyway, there was this one time where the group of friends that I went with, so the group of friends that I would hang around with the most, like this was our like home base pretty much, was there was quite a few people that came from DuPont Manual, the high school that we graduated from, and then their roommates pretty much. And they versed from Tennessee. They were from Tennessee. They were from Dallas. There was one from Michigan. They were all in the East Coast pretty much. Everyone was in this confined area. So fast forward, we're walking into a hookah bar. Did I go too far? No, no, no. So before classes started, we all moved on to campus. Keep in mind, we moved on to campus 2 weeks before classes started, just to get again acquainted, meet everyone in the physical and whatnot. And there were a bunch of like festivals and games and carnivals and whatnot to go to and places to just hang out and shit. So we were just getting used to being in Lexington, Kentucky. So we would walk around a little bit off of campus too, just to see what was our surroundings pretty much. So we found this hookah bar, and as we were about to walk in, I spotted someone that I was following from Instagram from that scenario that I talked about at the beginning. And I noticed her, and I verbally said, I was like, hey, I know you from Instagram. I was like, how you doing? This and that. And she was like, fine, you? And then, yeah. We conversed, acquainted with each other. And push comes to shove, it came to some way, somehow, she invited herself over to my dorm. She's like, I want to come over to your dorm and whatnot. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, sure. Fine. Fantastic. So we go into the hookah bar, hookah shit and all that. Anyway, I think it was, I don't know how close the time frame was. It probably was the next day. It was like either the next day or the day after that or something like that. Anyway, she comes over. So I had to check her in, get her ID and whatnot. I check her in. We walk to my dorm. We walk into my room and whatnot. So I had a roommate. I didn't have any TVs or anything like that. I didn't have a PlayStation, nothing like that. My roommate is fortunate enough to let me use his PlayStation. It was a PlayStation 3 and TV while he was gone. So he had I think he had a Netflix account too, or she had a Netflix that she signed into or something like that. I think she had, no, he had a Netflix too that he let us use. Let me use rather. So we choose, she chooses a show called, at the time it was new, but she chooses a show called Orange is the New Black. And so yeah, we lay down and lay down in the bed, fully clothed first. We're sitting there watching it, Orange is the New Black. So like me, I'm invested in the show. I'm looking at this. Oh shit, hold on. My shit getting hot and shit. I'm invested in the show. I'm thinking, my shit getting hot and shit. I'm invested in the show. I'm thinking, I'm seeing a whole bunch of girls in orange jumpsuits, locked up. There's an officer with one leg or some shit. I'm trying to figure out what the show's about and shit. So I mean, she's right beside me, but I'm like literally I'm trying to figure out what the show's about and shit. So I mean, she's right beside me, but I'm like literally invested. Like my dumb ass, I'm sitting here watching the show, trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the show. So a couple episodes go in, and I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm already kind of flabbergasted that I got this girl in my bed with me. I'm flabbergasted. I'm kind of like stressed, but I'm still invested. I'm trying to shift my focus to the show, but I had to go to the restroom, so I let her know. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. So I went to the bathroom, went to go pee, came back. She was in none of that shit. That's what happened. Like my nail had caught off. Anyway, I'm going to eat her out and shit, and it gets to a point. She's like super duper wet. She told me she was a nympho beforehand, but I thought she was just joking. I mean, again, I'm slow as fuck. She told me she was a nympho, and like she was literally a nympho. Every time she came over after that, I had to change my sheets and shit because she squirted a lot. Anyway, I digress, but not really, because that ties into it. I'm eating her out, and then it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this out. Do it. I'm eating her out, and then it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this out.